Monica. This is Afternoons LALATE.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a big Afternoons LA with your fourth stimulus check of 2021 today. In this recording, we'll go over the monthly stimulus checks. We'll also go over fifth stimulus, that SSI reform, the other items that's in fifth stimulus. But you know what the show is about. This is the first afternoon show on LA every day. It's the question and answer show. So I'll be jumping in the live chat, interacting with you throughout the entire 30 minutes. So bring your questions. Let's get to it. I'll be here to answer your questions about the fourth stimulus check 2021, the fifth stimulus check, and the third. And this is Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? It's a big Afternoons LA, and I am in the live chat and interacting with you. We'll be going over fourth stimulus check, fifth stimulus check, and third stimulus check questions and answers in this recording. This is the Afternoons show, one of my favorite shows of the day, in which I interact with you and I answer your questions live on air. If you're tuning in live just after a little bit after 1:15 on the West Coast, you're watching this live. And if you're watching it taped, then join me later today. I'll be in the live chat for those shows. But first, make sure you subscribe. Biggest, fastest growing community. I want you part of this channel. When you subscribe, say, hi, I'm a new subscriber. Introduce yourself to other people. Also like this video and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The fourth stimulus check is that monthly stimulus check that starts in the month of July and would be the single biggest payout you have ever seen in the history of this channel. That stimulus check may look something like this, July to December. There are different plans, the House plan versus the Senate plan. I saw some of your comments on Mornings LALATE. Some people say, I really prefer that House plan LALATE. So the House plan is stimulus checks for the remainder of the pandemic, and then 1 year thereafter. The Senate plan is a stimulus check till December. The House members are more progressive. The senators are more moderates. And then the amount of the monthly stimulus checks differs slightly as well. The House members are $2,000 a month, $2,000 the first month, and $1,000 thereafter. And then the senators, the amount of the check remains unknown, but word on the streets, it would look something like this. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. $1,400 over 6 months, $8,400. Who gets it? The same people who got the third stimulus check. So $75,000 or less, you get it. Household 4 or less, you get it. SSI or SSDI, you get it. When would you get the stimulus check? It would start in the month of July for the month of July. So the month of July's check would come in the month of July, August in August. The vote would start in no later than July 4th, it's just Leader Schumer and Speaker Pelosi. It is not income. It is not taxable. It does not disqualify you from benefits, and it goes by reconciliation. And with that, let me jump into the live chat and interact with you and see any questions or comments you have in this live stream right now. When would I get the fourth stimulus if I'm married with 13, 17, and 18-year-olds? Bobby, so you would get the same as everyone else. But because you're married and you have 3 kids, you would have a total of 5 people in the household. The provision we're currently seeing is a household of 4. So you would get 4 times that amount you see in the screen for the fourth stimulus, because the household is 4 less. So you would quadruple the amount. Thank you for that question. My daughter's turn 18 in July. Will she get her own check, or will I, since I claim her on my 2020 taxes? No, you will get her check for her. So she will remain on your household because she is listed on your most recent tax return. Now, hopefully, that is a good situation for you. In some cases, it's a bad situation if there's too many people in the household. So let's say there are 5 people in the household, that's a bad situation for you. But if there's 4 or less, you're good. Let me see some of the other questions across the board. Jessica says, I prefer the house plan. Another person says, I prefer the house plan. Michelle, I prefer the house plan. And Martha says, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing wonderful. I turned 42 on the 30th of this month. Congratulations, Martha. Jacqueline, I'm on SSI, and the stimulus checks go on a card. Would it go on into my bank account? So let me answer that question in 1 second. It's a great question. Also, Pamela asks, if you have kids, do you have a choice of whether if you was $300 a month or all at one time? Oh, okay. That's a really good question. So that is from Pamela. No, you do not have a choice. It's paid per month. So the children's check, which starts paying in the month of July, $250 or $300 a month, is paid on a monthly basis. So you do not have a choice for that. Now, answering that other person's question, which was, what happens? How are we going to physically get the 4th stimulus check? We haven't heard. People have really sort of asked that question a lot lately. They heard my comment, which is, I said it's just my guessing. I said it's purely just my guessing that they would send you a debit card and just replenish that debit card every month. But boy, I've got a lot of people asking, is it coming by mail? Is it coming by debit card? I guess because people went through the ringer for that 3rd stimulus check. So people are just wondering how and where they're going to get this 4th stimulus check. We don't know. We simply just don't know. All I'm saying is that the Harris-Sanders plan of 2020, the way it did it was it's provided a debit card and just replenished it on a monthly basis, which I think is the only way they're going to be able to do it. And that's the only way you can get it done fast and quick. But, the ironic thing about this is it's about the same time that the children's check goes out, the $3,600. So we may get indication of how they're doing that one as indication of how they'll do this one. Let me jump into the live chat. Happy either plan. John says, I like either the House plan or the Senate plan. They just need to do the recon before it's too late. I agree, John. Edward Booth, I'm on SSA. Will I get a 4th stimulus check too? Yes, absolutely. So if you are on benefits, this is what you want to be adding to your to-do list. Oh, I'm out of focus. If you are on benefits, this is what you should add to your to-do list. You are set to get a lot of stuff under 3rd stimulus still, then 4th stimulus, and then 5th stimulus. So let me give you a roadmap for all my benefit viewers. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, SSA, survivor benefits, railroad benefits, veterans, all that. This is what you should be making your list of things you can get. 3rd stimulus this week, rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, homeowners assistance going live. You can go get that. Also SNAP, if you haven't gotten SNAP, go get it. Then under 4th stimulus, you get all these monthly stimulus checks. Then under 5th stimulus, you get all the coverage I've been covering on 5th stimulus. If you're new to this channel, tune into Evenings LA tonight, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go over in great detail what you get under SSI and SSDI, all the benefits under 5th stimulus. Your benefits are raised up, the asset limits, the removal of this. I go over all the details of it. And I also go over, there's a series of items in the 5th stimulus that are actually helpful for a lot of seniors. Yeah, you would think the 5th stimulus is just a family plan. It's not. So there's a lot of stuff in there for everyone else. I go over that in that video as well. Let me jump into the live chat. See some other questions. Carrie says, I will go with the short plan. Lots can happen, power changes, and they won't pay the rest. Thank you, Carrie. I used to ask viewers, do you prefer the House plan or the Senate plan? And I used to ask that question a lot. And every time I asked it, people would just always say they prefer the Senate plan. Why? Because of the interest. It's, $18,000 over 18 months versus $12,000 over 6 months. It just makes sense to get the money faster and keep it in the bank. That's why a lot of people thought they rather get a little bit less, but faster. Why can't they keep anything straight? Are they completely nuts in the head? This is Jessica. I don't know which item Jessica's referring to. Hugo Bobea. I have not received my $1,400 third stimulus check. What can I do? File a tax return and request it. You're going to see on Afternoons LATE's second show tonight where I really go into excruciating detail about fixing things. There's a lot of things for people to fix, and the time to fix it is coming up, folks, because that personal tax return is due in a few days, and that's a 2020 tax return. Fixing things could involve the children's check, the unemployment refund, the tax refund, and also the missing stimulus checks. A lot of stuff. And I'm going to go over that on the tape show coming up after this at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is just dozens of things that people may need to be fixed. And this is the opportunity to get it fixed now, because that return is the 2020 return, and it's due relatively soon. So you don't want to wait on getting that return in, because if it's late, that's a whole other issue across the board. Jumping back into the live chat. What is the status on the fourth stimulus? That's what's been covered all day long on the channel. Let me see some other questions. Todd, age doesn't matter so long as you have a birthday. Senate plan, if it's $2,000 for 6 months, Todd likes the Senate plan. Let me jump further into the questions. Hugo Badea. So I got my payment tool, and it keeps saying that I'm eligible and that I receive it in my bank account. I filed my 2020 return on February. So Hugo, has the 2020 return been accepted? If your 2020 return has been accepted, then you're definitely going to get it. The question is when. Just last week, they set out checks for people who did file their 2020 return. So I'm glad that you did file that 2020 return, Hugo. If the return has been accepted, you're getting it. It's just a question of when. It may be in the mail. There may be another round of stimulus checks. I would always check that tool all the time. Medicare at 60, is it still in? I don't know what that question means, Penny. Medicare at 60, is it still in? Yeah, so I think what Penny is referring to is the reform of benefits under the fifth stimulus package. I think that's what you're referring to. So what I've been telling viewers when I talk about the reform for SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, veterans benefits, senior benefits, Social Security survivor benefits, they are not touching anything else. So I've been trying to make that clear in all the videos today, that while they're trying to raise up these benefits, they are not, categorically not, disqualifying you from something else. So they're not going to disqualify you from Medicare or Medicaid. They are not going to take away your SNAP or anything else. They know the system better than anyone else. So they're trying to help you across the board. And let me see some of the other questions people have. Black Jelly. Do we have the real number for the Senate? How do you take it going to be said yet? No, we do not. And that is sort of a subject matter that I stayed on point with for a while. There are some YouTubers that keep on saying that the Senate is $2,000. It's not. They have thumbnails, they have titles, they have videos saying you're getting $2,000. It's not. I mean, first of all, the House members are saying $1,000. So why would you even claim what you know the check amount is going to be? We don't know that. All we do know is that this is what word on the street says they will gravitate towards the senators. Now, remember, House members have the final say. They could usurp it, but usually they don't overrule one another. They're the same party. They work in the same mindset, so they work hand in hand. But this is what word on the street says the amounts will drop at. Will Matthew Wood, will SSI, SSA, and VA get monthly checks? Yeah, so your monthly checks are no different than everyone else. Your monthly checks are no different than everyone else. House plan the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. Senate plan till December. Oops. Sean likes the House plan. Matthew, how about the $200? Not happening. Just not happening at this point. Let's see. Pamela, Biden's office for 3 years. So you think they'll change it if the Republicans gain the seats again? So much is going on. I'm really confused, but I really find it interesting. Thank you, Carrie. Thanks, Carrie. No, for purpose of the stimulus checks, the stimulus check routing times show us that even if the Congress follows the Republicans in the midterm elections, these stimulus checks will have already been paid by then or almost fully paid by then. So there won't be any, and even if they aren't paid by then, even if there's like 1 or 2 more months left under the House plan, there's not enough time to revoke it. So for purposes of stimulus checks, no. The Republicans winning the midterm elections is not going to change the stimulus checks. It could change other stuff I cover on this channel, but not the stimulus checks. That's for certain. Daryl, the rent assistance, is that for everyone? And is that only COVID related or not? It is for everyone under a certain income threshold. So you need to consider that rent assistance. And this is what I've been, I used to have a video on this channel called Purple. I've been thinking about bringing it back. And Purple basically goes over this rent issue. Why is it a big issue? Because under third stimulus, there were certain eligibility criterions that are different than second stimulus. And third stimulus just went live today, this week. But guess what? If you look over to the nonprofits like United Way, Salvation Army, Community Action, they pay on different eligibility. So you may not be happy with one eligibility, but you can jump to another one. Stephanie, I just got another increase on my food stamps. Oh, congratulations. Eric, IRS told me today to give it another 6 or more 8 weeks for my third stimulus. I don't know why it would take 6 weeks. I mean, that's a month and a half. Because remember, if you're requesting a missing stimulus check by a tax return, it's almost like a refund check from IRS. Those don't take 6 weeks to get, but maybe there's something else at play. I mean, a lot of these things are dependent on the person you get on the phone. Sometimes it'll give you a number and it's just conjecture. Christine says, I got 2 increases on my SNAP plus $21 cash on my card. Ooh, interesting. You're supposed to get a 15% increase on your SNAP from January to December because of 2 executive orders. How do I get the rent assistance? Tammy. So Tammy, you want to reach out to your state, county, and city and ask for rent assistance because of COVID. Now, if you reach out to your city, county, and state and you're having problems finding it, then go to the community page. The volunteers are in the pinned comment, the description to this video. And you know what's always even better is that if you're watching this video live, you can go to the description of the video, click the link, which is news.lalate.com/community. Go to that community page while watching it live and see some of the names. You're like, oh, I see that person. He's in the live chat. She's in the live chat. I always say it that way. Why? Because there's always some imposter for some third world country in the live chat saying, hi, I'm trying to sell you some WhatsApp Bitcoin. I'm a volunteer. I'm like, no, you're not. So you always want to confirm who you're talking to. But generally they are not they're not members. They won't go to that level of deceptiveness. But you always want to confirm who are volunteers by looking at the community page. Let me jump back into the live chat. Juan Manuel Flores. I qualify for $9 of food stamps, but they won't give it to me because it has to be over $10 or more. That's really strange, Juan Manuel. I never heard of such a small amount of SNAP benefits. I would reach out to the volunteers as well. I've had a lot of people that have had strange situations with SNAP. One person, I don't see her in the live chat right to now, she was denied SNAP. Then she spoke to someone else. She was approved. And I said, of course you're going to be approved. Why would you be denied? It doesn't make sense. So I've seen all different permutations. Can I send in an amended tax return to get my third stimulus? Yeah, if American Patriot, yes. If you have filed your 2020 return and have not gotten that third stimulus check, you may have to. I would just consult with a tax preparer on this one because I have not seen the line item provision that refers to that. I know there's a line item provision for first and second, but I don't know if it's the same one for third. So I'm not going to recommend you to do this return yourself for that line. So I would take a look at that to be careful. Have income taxes went out yet? For the refund of the amount of your $10,200, I don't think they've started yet, but they're going out this week. Are you available? Says Rich. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm answering questions right now. Catherine, the president can require the Senate and House to stay in session until this package has been resolved. What do you think of the chances he will do this? I hope I don't even have to have that conversation. I hope I don't have to have that conversation. Why? Because they should be doing it now. It's sort of the message I've been saying all week long. I'm like, wait a second. We started the day with Representative Brady saying, I'm not doing this fourth stimulus package, Mr. President. I'm just not doing it. And the president has no press briefing today, has no videos like for the last 5 days. All those Republicans say, no. Start recon. What's the big deal? If you start recon now, you're done in July. I mean, so he should not be asking for an extension of time if he starts recon now or in the next few days or the next week or two. So that's my opinion of the situation. Now, the president can ask them to stay in session. They would stay in session. They're both Democrats, but the question is why? I mean, it's just get it done. Penny, SNAP program. Do you know if someone on SSDI is automatically can get it? No, you can't automatically get it. You have to call up Department of Agriculture or call 211 and ask the Department of Agriculture in your state. You cannot automatically get it. Regina, $1,700 of financial aid for college students. Yeah, so that you have to reach out to your financial advisor at college. If you're a college student, $1,700 of financial aid, reach out to a college advisor. It is not automatic. It is not just a check you get in the mail. Mary, do you think we'll get another stimulus? Absolutely. If we feel that people need to freeze our bank accounts to get those Congress taken care of. Ted, interesting. 806 boy, just want to say hi from Texas and say God bless you all. I appreciate that. Where in Texas you from? Hugo Bobea, there's no show like this one out there. Here things are explained, even I can understand it. My first language is Spanish. Oh, gracias, ¿cómo estás? I could have answered in Spanish also, but probably would not have been as clear. But thank you, Hugo Bay. I mean, my focus, Hugo, is to make everything very easy and breezy for people to understand so that they understand things. Trust me, uh, those other YouTube channels are really getting messy. They're getting messy. I don't know what they're doing, but one has a video out yesterday says just passed fourth stimulus package update. Nothing was passed in the fourth stimulus package. So why does the title say just passed fourth stimulus package update? Nothing has been passed in the fourth stimulus, and that is not an update. Now, I know exactly what the video is probably about. They just passed, a bill about furniture. It has nothing to do with fourth stimulus. I just passed something else, but it has nothing to do with fourth stimulus. Yeah. And then there was one guy who has a video that says the House plan gives you stimulus checks to the end of December. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Read the bill. I mean, the bill can't be any clearer to read. Then there's another person says you're getting $10,200 back for your unemployment. It's just getting really messy lately. And I really do think they know it's wrong. I think they're just saying junk just to bring people in on the junk. And needless to say, people have been asking me the last 2 days, are we getting that stimulus check in May? I'm like, what stimulus check in May? I sense that's where they're coming from. Do you have any concerns, American Patriots, do you have any concerns about the Veterans Rapid Restraint Assistance Program in the third stimulus? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Will Sirloin be on tonight, Miss Marie? Yes, he will. Actually, just about to tape that show. What's going on with the petition, Barbara? I heard about that petition. Not quite sure. Juan Manuel Flores. They need to update unemployment, medical, and food stamp qualifications. I think they're working off old numbers. I think, well, I agree with you somewhat, Juan Manuel. I think that the eligibility is fine. I just think the amount they're paying is too little. I think that SNAP should be much more money. I think that the medical should be more money. And I just think they've been very cheap on this unemployment this whole time through. Did I send out the PDFs today? No, I'll be sending them out in just a little bit. I did not send them out yesterday for obvious reasons. Thank you, Diane. Carrie's responding to Eric's question, which I didn't catch. So she's referring to the other items for third stimulus that have yet to go live. Yeah, I'll be covering those on Afternoon's LA's second show tonight, which is going to go over a lot more of the third stimulus check items, which are just starting to go live. Some went live last week. That's the second afternoon show, the tape show. I'll be going over, and I'm going to sort of segment the shows this way going forward in the next few days, because there's a lot of stuff for third stimulus that you can now get that had not gone live before. Oh, thank you, M. Tinkerbell, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Tammy, I get $327 a month for my SNAP. If you think that's correct, good. But if you think it's incorrect, reach out to the volunteers. They could take a look at it. Purple Power Yaya, the petition's online. Yeah, I've heard about that petition. Bonita, thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. So adult dependents get it too. Donna, yes. So adult dependents, my adult dependents, children, everyone will get the same amount of the stimulus check under the fourth stimulus package. So proposes these Democrats. Same amount across the board is what they're proposing. Reaper says, I bet Biden will get more stimulus out because of 2024. Well, I've been saying, and I haven't been really joking about it, but I've been saying, yeah, I think there will be a seventh stimulus package in January of next year. I just think there's a reason why Chuck Schumer is saving up these recons. And I laugh every time I say it. But I think it's serious. I think that Chuck Schumer is saving up recons to just keep on doing recon after recon. And ultimately, I do get sort of annoyed by looking at the president trying to act like he's doing it by, like he's going to get bipartisan support. He's not. I mean, he made his effort. Good. You made your effort, Lal. Let's move on. Look at all these recons he can do. And he's only using one now for this summer session, this spring summer session. So he has two more left for the fall. And if he only does one in the fall, then he'll have another left for next year. There's just a lot of recon still available. Will SSI receive an increase? Will SSI receive an increase if they receive the $10,000 a month? I don't know what that means. They only have two more recons, Reaper. No, they have more. So let me explain this. This is sort of confusing. So the parliamentarian told Schumer, well, let me back it up. You have one automatic recon every session. So this is one session we're in now, and we have one in the fall. Well, the third stimulus package we did earlier this session did not use this session's recon. It used last year's recon, which Schumer had saved up from fall under Trump. He had saved up a recon to use this session. So now that he's used last year's recon for this session, how about this session's recon? Well, guess what? The parliamentarian says you can go back and get an extra one. And so now he will have done two recons during this session, none of which were from this session. One was from last year, and one is a redo over. So he gets one from this session and then one again this fall. The question is, how many times can he do this redo over? That has been a big question of controversy. How many redos can you do? Black Jelly. LA, do you think that Biden's been doing this fair? No, of course not. I've been very critical of his lack of fairness. You're going to hear it on Evenings LA tonight. I don't like what he's doing on the tax rate. He had promised the Americans that he was not going to touch anyone's tax rate if you made less than $400,000. He would always mention the number 400,000. He's not keeping his promise. For married couples, he is doing 600,000, which is two people. Two people is 400 times 4 is 800. It's not 600. So he's not keeping his promise. Also, I really don't like, all this money for the children. I just think it's overwhelming. I just don't think it's fair whatsoever. And I'll be detailing that tonight on Evenings LA. I just don't think it should be happening. Barbara, I signed the petition. Can they evict me now from my house? Art. Well, if you own the house, it's not called eviction. It's called foreclosure. If you rent a house, it's called eviction. There is an eviction moratorium still in place, and that is the CDC eviction moratorium. But I don't know if you rent the house or you own the house. If they're trying to kick you out of the house, then that's mortgage forbearance. That's a mortgage foreclosure. If you have not done the CDC eviction moratorium, go do it. If you need help with the CDC eviction moratorium, the volunteers can show you that CDC website. It's very, very easy. Student loan debt forgiveness, Ursula. No, literally no word from, no word. Yeah, I just answered Art. That was for Art. No word about the student loan debt forgiveness. I detail that on Afternoons LA coming up next. And I think I detailed a little bit earlier today. It's really becoming a joke because Schumer and Warren have not hold the gauntlet on this, have really folded like lawn chairs. And it really needs to get taken care of. How to get a third stimulus, Melissa? You're going to probably have to file that tax return. Yvette, not fair, LA. They should have given that $3,600 to all. They need older people like us. Yeah, I don't. You're going to see me very critical about this a little bit more so this week, and certainly tonight on this channel, because I don't understand. I mean, the concept is $24,000 to someone who just came out of the womb over the next 6 years. What is that person coming out of the womb? Why does that person need $24,000? If the parents need money, then give the parents money. I don't understand the concept of giving the children money. It's the parents that may need money, or it may be working adults that need money, or seniors that need money. So I don't understand that concept as well. And with that, thank you for joining me on a Big Afternoons LA live interactive chat. I love this one. This was a great show today. I love where I get to interact with you, and it's a lot of fun. So with that, please subscribe. The fastest growing community online, and I want you part of this community. If you have subscribed, say, I'm a new subscriber, I'm a newbie. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm new here. I'm a new subscriber, so that old-time viewers can say, hey, how are you, and welcome you to this community. That's my spirit that I want to transfer between viewers. Also, like this video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Coming up next is Afternoons LA, and then we go into Evenings LA, and then LA Late Night. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, and I'll see you in about 2 hours from now as Afternoons LA Big Show kicks up. Stay with me for that.